Hello YouTube. I know it's been a little bit of forever since I've done any kind of an update. Thought it might be a good idea to let you all know how we're doing and what's going on. Life sadly continues to be really rough for us. We're down in Monroe, Oregon, staying with my in-laws, my husband's family. My husband is suffering from non-military related PTSD now due to all of the abuse he suffered at his previous place of employment. And they continue to try and screw us over. They demanded that we move out. After we moved, they did not contact us. But now they're trying to say that we owe them $800 and some odd. And instead of contacting us about said possible bill, they sent it straight to collections so that they could ruin our credit. So, once again, just these people have no idea, no concept of right and wrong. So yeah, we're out here trying to survive, trying to get my husband therapy, trying to deal with all the garbage, and these people can't even face us. Can't even admit they did anything wrong and continue to try and ruin us. But that's neither here nor there, and sadly that is just life. The haves crap all over the have-nots, and we're the have-nots. What you're viewing right now is a shot of my mother-in-law and stepfather-in-law's orchard. It is a lovely hazelnut orchard. Sadly, it is not a permaculture hazelnut orchard because they are rather sadly old school farmers, but you know, it's their land, they can do what they want with it. I really wish they would go a little more permaculture, but it's not my land, so I'm gonna let it go and not worry about it. But what I can show you is my stuff. What plants that I brought with me that survived, what ones are doing well, and what ones aren't. I planted potatoes in a grow bag. These are the only two so far that have survived. They got a lot of wind and sun damage. It has been in the high 90s here for the last couple of weeks, and today it's supposed to be up over 100 degrees, so yeah, hot down here. We're missing Washington so bad. But so far the potatoes seem to be surviving. Maybe not thriving, but surviving. Some of my mother-in-law's flowers. My strawberries are surviving. They aren't fruiting, but they are surviving. Go away, bee. So, you know, hey, they're alive. Over here, my ginger got really badly windburned, but if you can see down here, ouch, as I kneel down, it's, aside from the windburn, it's got new shoots all over, so it's surviving. My Nanking cherry also is surviving surprisingly well after adjusting to the sun and the wind burn, because they get a lot of wind that blows right through here. My peppers are thriving. They seem to really love it here, so I still don't know what variety of peppers these are other than hot, but not only are they surviving, they seem to be absolutely loving this weather. My avocado tree is also surviving. As I run into a wind chime, as you can hear. My avocado tree is surviving and thriving, actually. It's got all kinds of new growth, as you could probably see. All kinds of, if I can keep it still and in the camera. It's got all kinds of new growth points all over it, and it's put out all kinds of new leaves. My blackberries really aren't doing that well, but, you know, hey, whatever. They still have green on them. took some blueberry cuttings, and I'm trying to propagate some more blueberries. More of my mother-in-law's flowers. If you can tell, my mother-in-law loves flowers, which I have no problem with. I love them too. I don't know if my bamboo is going to survive. It got seriously windburned and sunburned, but it seems to be trying to make a comeback. There's new leaves in there coming up, but who knows. I have actually forgotten. Oh, Pothos. My Pothos got really windburned for a while, but again, I think it's adjusted now and it's starting to grow again. My raspberries absolutely seem to love the heat and are growing like gangbusters again. My blue crop blueberries, which are the ones I took the cutting off of, are doing okay. They got windburned, they got chewed on by slugs and something else. They have only put out these blueberries, these and these alone, and as you can probably tell, there's ants on them. That is a never-ending struggle. My mother-in-law has ants really bad, and they seem to love getting on everything. But anyway, this is the only bit of blueberries that my blue crop blueberries. Oh, and they seem to be, at least some of them seem to be ripe. Whoop. Well, I got 4 blueberries out of it. This interesting thing, I didn't know what it was. It was a volunteer. My mother-in-law says it's a lupin. Says they produce pretty flowers, but I haven't seen any flowers yet. But it's kind of struggling in the heat. So, ouch, as I run into the railing. The chopped up thing next to it is my Spanish black radish, which went to seed, as you can probably see down there. I chopped the tops off when it started wilting really bad due to the heat, and hoped that this would keep it alive. It never went to bulbs, so it just kind of stayed woody stalk, so. But I heard they overwinter well, so I figured I'd just let it grow and see what happens. It's an experiment. Oh, too close. Unnecessary close-up, as Ray says. More peppers, which, as you can see, are flowers everywhere and peppers everywhere. So, like I said, the peppers, aside from other things, seem to absolutely love the heat. As they are producing peppers left and right. And again, still do not know what variety of peppers they are, but hey, they're there. My dwarf pomegranates went through a period of really bad wind and sunburn. But, like much of everything else, they are coming back as well. My lemon trees, as you can see, some of them not so good, some of them coming back as well. More peppers, which are still in the variety of unknown. Again, flowering and blooming. One of the little lemon trees that's not doing so well. One of my finger lime seedlings, still very small. I think I need to pot them up. I don't really know. It's kind of odd. They haven't really gotten very big, but they still seem to leaf out and stay alive, so I don't know. More peppers. Way too many peppers. Another dwarf pomegranate next to it, and another dwarf pomegranate which is recovering from windburn and sunburn. Another dwarf pomegranate, and my gala apple. The only one that survived. It wasn't doing too good for a while, and I had to stake it because it kept falling over. But it's doing much better now and leafing out really, really well. So here's hoping it'll survive. I need to pot it up because it's in too small of a pot. But the really great success, which surprised me other than the peppers, that is I had planted what I had been told were called moss roses, but which my mother-in-law told me are called rose moss. Either way, a bit of the same name, but they absolutely thrived in the sun and the heat, and I have my very first bloom on them, and they are gorgeous. I love them. I had no idea they were a succulent because they didn't really start growing until I got them potted up out here in this little planter that my mother-in-law loaned me, and they have been sitting in full sunlight in 100-degree heat, and they love it. And this is the very first open bloom of my rose moss, or moss rose, whichever you want to call it. But they are pretty. My mother-in-law has been growing them for a while. Oh, I've also got some of my cherry tomatoes. I think the thing is, obviously the cherry tomatoes that I grew last year were not Red Robin cherry tomatoes because they weren't supposed to get very big. These, however, even though the seeds were in the same container, seem to be the Red Robin cherry tomatoes. At least 2 of these seedlings are producing flowers and starting to produce tomatoes in the small height, which is what the Red Robin were supposed to do. That one, I don't know if it's going to be the Red Robin or if it's going to be Kat's Mini Mystery Tomatoes. I was really hoping that for the Mini Mystery Tomatoes because they were so amazingly savory, but they grew over 4 feet tall. These are barely 2 inches tall. So who knows? I'm going to watch these and see what we get with these. I will keep you updated. And yeah, I'm not on my balcony. I'm on my mother-in-law's deck, but she's got lovely, lovely flowers and plants. Oh, my best friend Rook came with us. He's also having problems with our ex-company because they're looking for any way to punish us. But he's growing squash and eggplant in that grow bag, and as you can see, the squash is doing quite well. I think it's starting to shade out the eggplant. Actually, I think that's the eggplant right up front, but the squash has blooms on it. They're all male at the moment, but they're in there. And it's kind of extending down and across and crawling onto my mother-in-law's turtle planter down there. She's got some of the cutest little planters and garden decorations out here. She loves gardening, so that's something we share in common. I think I'm going to try my blueberries. Whoop. Unnecessary close-up. Boy, they look good. I think I'm going to try them. Ooh, that one was a bit tart. Oh, much better. Well, blue crop blueberries are tasty. They may not produce much, at least mine don't, but they probably need to be potted up into a larger pot. But, oh, they're tasty. A little sweet, a little tart, but very yummy. So, anyway, this is Kat out on the patio instead of out on the balcony. Oh, almost forgot I was going to show you my mother-in-law's moss roses for comparison. These are her moss roses, or rose moss. She's got pink and the yellow like I've got the yellow. So she's been growing them for quite a long time, as you can probably tell. But mine are just now starting to bloom, so I'm really happy with those. I grew those from seed without knowing what they were at all. Oh, it is way too hot. Probably in the upper 90s. And I am going to say farewell for now and do my best to start updating again. So, anyway, that's the update of how we're doing, what's going on, and yeah, life is life. We're trying to get through it. We're trying to deal with things. None of us have any income at the moment. None of us are employed. Trying to get my husband therapy, trying to get medical for all of us. Life is being life. But, you know, you can't let it get you down. You just have to keep rolling with it and swinging, and that's what we're doing. Well, take care all. I'm signing off. It's too friggin' hot out here. I don't know if you guys can see this or not. Thought I'd do a quick indoor shot. The temperature outside at the moment is 89 degrees and 74 degrees inside. So, and it's not actually 4 in the afternoon. It's actually just past 12:20 p.m. Once again, I don't know if you guys can see this clearly, but this is the current weather forecast for Monroe, Oregon. From today, it's supposed to get up to 99 degrees through, let's see, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, 92. Let's see, it's currently got a heat advisory on it. I'm swapping hands, so sorry about the shaky hand cam. And then it's supposed to drop down to 89 Tuesday, 90 Wednesday, 90 Thursday, 86 Friday, and 85 Saturday. Yeah, it's been hot like this forever. Or at least, yeah, we got a heat advisory until Friday, 9 p.m. So they're warning everyone how hot it is. No kidding. I don't know how hot it is up in Washington, but I do know I miss the rain. Miss it, miss it, miss it. So, thought I would show you that. My lovely desktop wallpaper. So, anywho.